I'm heading out for a full day hike with my dog. I'll show you how I prepare, what I bring with me, and what ends up being useful. So this is what I'm taking with me. Normally, I would just take a small backpack like this. This bigger one, this is like a medium size. It's probably overkill for today, but it's more comfortable and it won't be as packed as the other one would be. And as far as food, I like to go overkill because you can always bring some of the food back if you don't need it, but if you don't take enough and you run out of energy, things can get a little bit difficult. So basically I have some crackers, some protein drinks. These are actually very, very helpful. A protein bar, some dried cranberries and nuts. Nuts and cheese are great because they're high in calories, but they don't weigh a lot. I like to take a sandwich. So this sandwich has ham and some vegetables and some mustard. The mustard is super important. And I have some more veggies because I like that while I hike. A knife because you never know. I have a phone charger, a battery pack, and it's only 51%, but this actually will last me a long time. This is a really good one. It takes a long time to fully charge it, but I could get probably 4 or 5 full phone charges out of it, and this will stay on standby for weeks. The last time I used this was about a month ago, and it was still at 39% when I looked at it today. And then some painkillers for just in case my knees start hurting, and that is basically it. I have some water. I think this will be enough. I think this should really do it. So as you see, I have plenty of space in this backpack, but it will be so much more comfortable. This backpack would have been completely full, and it's just not the same because it just has the 2 straps. This one actually has these waistbands, so waist straps, so this is better. Now as far as the doggy, she has a backpack. This is brand new. She grew out of her old one, so it has a leash on it already attached, just in case I need to get a hold of her if there are other people around. But you have 2 big pockets. I actually love this one even more than the one she had before. This here is a little bowl because she can't really drink out of the bottle. It's just something helpful. It actually came with this backpack. And then she has these water bottles. I don't even have them full because she'll have enough water at the river, but the key thing is that you have them about the same water level, the same height, so that the backpack will be balanced on her back and not lopsided. So when you give her water, you also have to make sure you keep it balanced. You're probably wondering why I'm bringing water and a backpack for the dog, even though we're hiking next to the river. And the answer is that I have been here before. I haven't gotten to this part, but it's the same river, and you're not always walking right next to the river. Usually you're way up, and I didn't know how much access we would have to water. So right now you could see that there's a little creek where she could drink, but it might be just 1 or 2 here and there, and we might be hiking in the sun for quite a while away from the water. So it's better to be prepared. And also, if she drinks up all that water, I can always refill it from the river, and this way she is as comfortable as she can be. Okay, keep drinking, baby. Uh-oh, she means business. You want some more? when I go hiking, I always feel that more is better. So the saying less is more does not apply here. You need to bring more water, more food, more of everything that you think you might need. Your backpack might be heavier, but so what? You're hiking, it's good training, it's good for you. It's not gonna be crazy heavy anyways. But if you run out of water, you run out of food, you end up running out of energy, and that's how you can get disoriented. Your blood sugar goes down and you just don't know what's going on, and that's how people can get lost. Now I know I won't have the chance of really getting lost here because it's just a straight shot along the river and then you turn around and come back, but I just like to have this principle at every hike, because the one time you deviate from it is when something happens and then you wish that you didn't. This is our turnaround point right here. We have hiked about 4.5 miles, so that will make it 9 miles total. This is a campsite. I mean, there's not much to it. There's a fire ring made of stones, and it's just a nice flat area with some trees. You could even hang your hammock on, and it's just so beautiful and so peaceful that I definitely want to come back here. I'm not really a backpacking type person, but I can do one night, so I can totally see myself coming back here in the summer. But first, let me tell you about something super useful that you might want to look into, and this has to do with pain. These are called Kailo patches, and it's the craziest thing, but they work. There's science behind it and everything. So they're not cheap. I think 2 of them is $150, something like that, which is not too expensive. But basically, it's these patches that you put on your body wherever it hurts. Now, let's say my knee starts hurting, so I don't put it on my knee. I put it somewhere above it, because I'm not sure if I can explain this right, but basically those signals that are coming from my knee where it hurts to my brain, it actually intercepts it and it cuts it off, so I don't feel the pain. And let me tell you, this really works. I've had these for several years. They will last you forever. You just need to buy new adhesive and that's it. It has saved me so many times. It's crazy. Now, I don't make money off of this. I'm not advertising it or anything. I bought these a long time ago. Like I said, I think it's been 4 or 5 years, and they're just amazing. So I always have them in my backpack for just in case. So this was a pretty cool hike. I got almost 9 miles and it was beautiful. It was my first time out there, so definitely a good day. Now, what was useful out of all the things that I have taken with me, I'm going to show you right now, but basically I did not eat all the food, of course. I probably ate maybe half, but like I said before, I think it's super important that you take more food than you think you need, because worst case you bring it back, but I didn't have to worry about not having the energy to hike back. The water, I normally take more than that. I would take double. I didn't take as much this time. It was okay, it was enough, but I kind of had to ration it. So next time I would stick to my normal routine and I would take one more water bottle. Again, if you don't use it, you just bring it back. I was going to take my water filter, but I forgot. So so if you have a water filter and you are near a river or a creek, then yes, take that. You don't have to take all the water, but in my case, I didn't take either one. I mean, it all worked out, but that's what I would change. As far as the super helpful things, the dog's backpack with the water. So even though we were going next to the river, I had these water bottles for her, and it was so smart because most of the time we had no river access. She had a little bit of stream running here and there. A couple of times she was able to drink some water. It was pretty warm, and I could tell that she was kind of thirsty. So if I didn't have any water with us, she would have had suffered a little. So this way she drank almost all her water and a little bit from the river that she could. And at the end, at that beautiful campsite, I filled up both of her water bottles. So this way I already knew how it was going to be, so she could drink all the water she needed. So overall, I would say we did good as far as clothing and everything. It was perfect. It was a nice, mild spring day. It wasn't cold at all. It was pretty warm, where there was no shade most of the time. I should have brought a hat with me. I forgot that one too, but not really the end of the world. But hat, sunglasses, those things are useful. But this is springtime, so spring and fall are often very forgiving. So if you forget something, it's not a big deal. In summertime, I would be a lot more careful, because when it's 100 degrees or 90 degrees and it feels like 110, you don't want to make any mistakes, even if it's just a hat or sunscreen or water. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.